Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the Fearless Slayer's Guide series. As always, I'm D, and we're back here in Dauntless. This is not a full guide video, just as a... I'm going to say that right now, just get that out of the way. I'm doing this so soon after the Warpike video, after the Warpike guide, because literally within about 3 hours of me finishing that video, I did that video long before it was released, but within about 3 hours of me finishing that video, Phoenix Labs came out with a tweet on their official Twitter saying that there was a new patch coming, and I'm making this video the day after I made the Warpike video. The reason I have the axe on my back, I'll explain in just a second. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because they made quite a number of changes. In the Warpike video, you guys might have heard me say that the Warpikes are very generic. That's now changed. Before we get to that, though, I wanted to talk about this. The axe has had some changes. Apparently they're gonna add some new combos, or they're gonna change how the combos work. It's not listed here yet, and I have not been into a hunt to test this stuff yet because I just got back into this. But they're also adding a new mechanic to the charged axe hits, called Resolve, which, if you're familiar with fighting games, it's basically super armor. It basically prevents you from being staggered so you can still land your charge hits. Apparently, you'll also move forward quite a bit farther when you use your secondary attack. I'm guessing that's the right click, the horizontal attacks. I haven't tested any of this yet. Like I said, they also have a defense here. That's annoying. They also changed it up so that there will be when you're at level 3 charge, I'm guessing for the charged attacks, there will be a new visual for Resolve. So the axe has gotten a couple of big changes, and those are just, like I said, once I actually get a chance and once I can sit down and test them, I might make a short little video, or I might just add on to the axe video in the description there. Anyway, folks, the other big change, I'm going to switch over to it now. We're going to just scroll over to the Warpike. You'll notice that I've got 5 Warpikes now. I've got the Superior Warpike, which is the Tier 4. Still working on upgrading that. The Balanced Warpike, which is I think that's the Tier 2. The Improved, which I think is the Tier 3. The Recruits, which is the Tier 1. And then there's this in the middle. Yeah, they've added in Elemental Warpike. I made this from parts of a Stormclaw that I had left over, and I'm going to need to upgrade it. So there are now, all current behemoths now have an associated Warpike. They look pretty interesting. This I just made, it was between this and the Nezaga, or upgrading my Tier 4. I decided to go with this because I wanted a Stormpike, let's be honest here. It looks awesome, and it's a lightning spear. Now, apparently there's also a new animation for firing the Ether Blast. So the charge shot that you get, apparently will now there's a new animation for it. The big thing, though, is that apparently the dodging is now easier and more reliable, which was a big issue I actually had with the Warpike, because a couple of times I was like, hey, I tried to dodge that, but the game was like, no you didn't. So there's now more reliable dodging on the Warpike. That's a big deal. The other weapon that got a change in this recent patch are the hammers. I'm just gonna switch to my. This is just a Skarn Maul. It's just a hammer made from Skarn parts. The only real change to this, actually, there's two big changes to the hammer. First off, horizontal strikes. So okay, yeah, I guess it's just things like horizontal hammers. Those strikes can now hit multiple times if you're close in. I haven't tested that again, so I'm guessing you get in point blank and swing it, and you can hit more than once. The other thing is, on the inline, I think it's on the inline reload. The inline reload and the prime strikes, or it might even be just the inline reload and the shooting mechanics. They've updated the consistency on it. I think it is with the primed strikes though. So the charged hits and the reloading in mid combo, like I said, apparently they've updated the consistency on that so that it's easier to actually do them, which is a good thing, because if you remember in the hammer video I did, I had a couple of issues loading in line with the swings. So the other things you'll notice, they've changed up how the town looks a little bit. So there's the fence there, like I said. The weirdest change in my book is to this guy right here, the quartermaster.
Hey there, Skip.
Still the same guy. They achieved him a beard, I think, and hair. They build it as him being like 23.4% more handsome, I think. They've also changed up this. For those of you that have never seen this, this is the shop to upgrade your lanterns. I haven't talked about lanterns yet. I'll do that in the first Behemoth video. First off, he used to be about 10 feet over here. And he didn't actually have a shop. It was just him standing in front of a generic warehouse. Yeah, you can use parts to make lanterns. Lanterns have different abilities depending on what you put into them. I'll talk about that again. I'll talk about that stuff when I do the first Behemoth hunting video. The other big change is actually in the Shattered Isles out in the islands. Actually, that's not true. There's one big change I'll talk about in just a second. But for example, the biggest thing there is they've changed the mobility. There are now ether vents on the island that you can use as basically jump pads. I'll show you guys one when we do the first hunt guide, just because that'll be fun. Also, it'll just help me understand it a little better. The biggest change, though, is what you can do. I think it's over here at the armor. I'm not sure. Is that what you can do now? Is you can actually take the Nasher set. I don't know how exactly, but you can actually take the Nasher set, the Shrike set, and the Quillshot set, and you can actually upgrade them. So the Nasher you can upgrade to the Rage Tail. Oh, also that tells you the armor set bonuses. The Shrike can be upgraded to the Moonraver. And of course, the Quillshot can be upgraded to the Deadeye. So far the only one that still has any placeholder art is the Karabak. You can also see the Rezakiri armor until they get this sorted. Actually, I want to see. Yeah, because the Shroud still also does not also have its icons, but... And this is still the Embermane look. So there's still some stuff they need to update, but hey, they're doing good work. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to make this quick little video to explain the changes in the patch notes. I'll put a link in the description below of what all has changed, so you can see the official patch notes rather than just me talking about them.
Protect yourself. Protect yourself.
But for now, folks, the next time I see you guys in this series will be when we start up on the Bestiary with the Fearless Slayer's Guide to the Nasher Hunt, like I said last time in the Warpike video. I'll see you guys then, but until then, good night and good gaming.